Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Welcome to Game Time with Hubb, your all-access pass to the hottest stories in football, basketball, boxing, and wrestling. Whether it's game-winning touchdowns, buzzer beaters, knockout punches, or jaw-dropping suplexes, we've got it all covered. Here's your host, Hubb.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Hubb, and you're now locked into Game Time with Hubb, and today's episode is stacked. We're talking about one of the biggest boxing fights in recent memory. Got chaos in the WWE, the WNBA weekend, and also we talking about a Game 7. We got Game 7 in the NBA Finals, so let's jump right on into it. We're going to kick it off with boxing. The super fight is on, y'all. The press conference tour kicked off yesterday, and I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, and this is shaping up to be an all-time classic. This lives up to all the hype that this is buzzing in the boxing community. This is going. This right here is that big money fight. The conference yesterday, it was electric. The two met face to face and wasted no time setting the tone. Canelo, he looked very calm, composed, and confident. He reminded everyone that he is the king of super middleweight, and basically told Bud, you're entering my domain now, and he's been in there with a lot of the best fighters. So, he's betting on that experience to help him with this fight here against Bud. But then on the flip side, you got Bud over here, man. Look, Crawford was locked in. Straight up said, I'm not here to survive. I'm coming to knock Canelo out. And that ain't just promo talk. That man mean every word. You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to Bud Crawford, you follow Bud Crawford, look, that dude is all business, man. You got the promoter, Turkey Al Sheik. He added a knockout bonus to raise the stakes here for this fight. And the winner's going to take away a custom Ring Magazine title belt worth $188,000. Yeah, you heard that right. Almost $250,000, strapped around your waist if you walk away victorious on September 13th at Legion Stadium in Vegas. It's going to be streamed live on Netflix. Yes, boxing again on Netflix. This is the new era of things. It is what it is. The tour is going to hit New York tomorrow. I believe they're going to be at the Fanatic Fest in New York, and then they're going to be in Vegas on June 27th. Saw some early training clips of Bud. He's moving clean, carrying that power with him as he walks up. But this fight right here is all about legacy, power, bragging rights. It's more than just a fight. It's a moment. This is something that's going to be going down in history when these two guys meet up on September 13th. So I'm going to keep y'all updated with predictions, the undercard news as I see them, and final thoughts as we get closer. But one thing's clear, man. September 13th is locked in as the date of the fight. Let's go, man. Shift gears over here to WWE. And Raw and SmackDown this week was nothing but fire, man. Except for the one segment on Raw that was whatever. But we'll get into that in a minute. So, So Raw kicked off with the Fatal 4-Way. Asuka returned, So it was Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, Ivy Nile, and Stephanie Vaquer. That was a heck of a match. Rhea Ripley came down to help out, got her revenge back on Raquel Rodriguez, for interfering in her match the week before. And then over here on the men's side, you had Jey Uso survive the stacked Fatal 4-Way, that features Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed. A little help from LA Knight, Penta, and Sami Zayn during the match. It helped Jay advance. Seth Rollins tried to, pull a little sneak move at the end. Cody Rhodes came out and shut all of that down. We lined up for Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso next Monday night. The winner will go to the finals at Night of Champions on next Saturday. And here's the segment that I was talking about earlier. Goldberg is back, man. So he's back and he's challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight title on July 12th at Saturday night's main event. I'm not a fan of this at all. I really could care less. I know this is Goldberg's retirement match. Why do you need a title for a title match? 1. 2, you just comes out of nowhere. Like, he should have showed up. You know what I mean? Like, if WWE could have played this well, He could have showed up last week when Gunther was facing Jey Uso. He could have interfered in the match to set this up. But you putting Goldberg in this title match out of nowhere, where Goldberg says, "Oh, you started with me and my family in Atlanta, Georgia." This was like a year ago, bruh. So now you want to finish it in Atlanta, Georgia, on Saturday night's main event. Like, come on, dog. Like, I'm not a Goldberg fan. I could care less. I wasn't even a fan when he was in WCW. Like, I'm one of those guys that was happy when Kevin Nash beat him and Scott Hall came down with the taser. Rest in peace to Chico. And he tased the dog out of Goldberg, and Goldberg lost to Kevin Nash. I was one of those ones that was excited that he lost the belt. I was excited that little streak was over. You know, because I felt like it got in, you know, it was too much hype. It was too much hype, man. Just too much hype. Like, you got him beating guys like Sting, running through Sting, DDP. Like, dude, come on, dog, for real. Like, and then like in certain matches in WCW, guys like William Regal made him look foolish because he couldn't really wrestle. You know, like, but I don't get it. You put Goldberg in this situation. It's a meaningless title match for Gunther. I hope Gunther dog walks him, but since this is Goldberg's last match, they're gonna make him look strong. So he could barely walk in the ring. Like, come on, dog. You gonna put him out here? Coming down the ring huffing and puffing, like, and he's small. He's not even the same size as he was before. And I know you older, you get, you know, hey, but come on, dog. Like, where's the power? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But that's your match for Saturday Night Main Event, July 12th. I think it's trash, but who am I? Hey, you know what I mean? Other notes from Monday Night Raw, you know, AJ Styles, you know, he beat JD McDonough. So basically gonna set up a match at Night of Champions next Saturday between AJ and Dom. I hope AJ wins. I do enjoy watching Dom in his run as IC champion, but I hope that AJ wins, since we know AJ's on the tail end of his career. So let that man have one more like title run. That right there would be cool. And then you know, on a sadder note, Liv Morgan, she got hurt on Monday, you know, in their match against Kairi Sane. The match was stopped. You know, Liv hurt her shoulder. Looks like she's gonna be out for 16 weeks. So that kills the whole SummerSlam for Liv. My thing is, what are they gonna do about the tag team titles? Because she is tag team champs with Raquel Rodriguez. Are they gonna implement something like the Freebird rule, since you got Roxanne Perez in there? She could just step in. Could be a situation like they did the same thing with Naomi when Jade got knocked out. Turned out it was Naomi who knocked out Jade. So they could be going to the same type of ordeal, and this could really start unraveling more with the Judgment Day, because, you know, Finn Balor has been behind the scenes pulling the strings with this, you know, creating the friction, bringing in Roxanne Perez into the mix. So we'll see how this all goes, man. But now flipping over here to SmackDown, which was last night, LA Knight opened up the show, you know, calling out Seth Rollins. You know, Paul Heyman came out, how Paul Heyman come out with his cryptic talk, you know, then Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker show up. You know, they try to jump LA Knight. LA Knight got the chair handle business. You know, they set up a match for later on in the evening with LA Knight versus Bronson Reed. LA Knight took a whole bunch of tsunamis in that match, so he might be out for a minute. So that right there was crazy. The main event last night was John Cena versus R-Truth. Truth and Cena that was a pretty good match. Truth was putting in some work, but then like John Cena hit him in the head with the belt, you know, disqualification. CM Punk comes down, you know, to intervene, and you know, Cena ended up putting him through a table, and then he dropped the most brutal promo, basically like his own version of a pipe bomb. That's how the show ended off. And the fans starting to chant for Cena. Like, it's starting to like understanding why Cena is the way he is now, which is cool. Like, I'm loving this whole story. A lot of people are like, oh, his run as a heel isn't. Y'all not really listening to what's being said. Like, you gotta listen to the stuff that's being said. Like, you know, he's acting like a true heel, like hitting people in the head with the belt, getting, you know, like cheating to win basically. But his promos have been fire every week. Like, every week these things have been fire. Like, so that's set up for Cena versus Punk one more time at Night of Champions. That's going to be on Saturday, this coming Saturday. You know, Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn. Asuka defeated Alexa Bliss. They both advanced in the tournament, of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. They're gonna be in the finals, which is gonna be Saturday. You got the this coming Monday. You got Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. The winner of that will take on Randy Orton at Night of Champion to be the King of the Ring, and the King of the Ring will get a title shot at SummerSlam. For both the King and the Queens of the Ring will both get a title shot at SummerSlam. The finals for the Queen of the Ring, you got Asuka that's already in the finals. She would take on the winner of Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargo, which will be Monday night. So this is shaping up, man. So I'm picking Jade's going to win. So she's going to fight Asuka at the Queen of the Ring, and I don't know. I kind of want to see Jade win to get the title shot. Cause I'm thinking that next week on SmackDown, it's Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. And I feel like Naomi's going to cash in. So I feel like somewhere along the line, it's going to be Jade versus Naomi for the title. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. As far as the men's side, I'm thinking it's going to be Cody Rhodes who walk away with the victory over Jey Uso on Monday. And Cody Rhodes defeats Orton and sets up Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I don't know if Cena drops the belt then. I hope he keep it until, he's ready to go. But we never know. From flipping from WWE, turn over to some hoops, man. Let's talk some WNBA first. You know what? Look, the W's been putting on the show lately. Look, the highlights from the week, you got Paige Buckers. Look, she has arrived. 7 assists. She got her first tech. Yo, Paige out here hooping, man. And like rookie, I was thinking like rookie of the year, looking at Kiki Irfin. Right now, I'm looking at Paige. Paige is coming along, and this Dallas team is going to get better. Like Paige over there hooping over there in Dallas. If you guys get a chance to watch, man, tune in. Get that league pass, whatever. Watch Ion. They come on Ion, NBA TV, all of that. Just start watching the W's. It's very good, man. It's heating up, bro. It's really heating up. You got the Golden State Valkyries. They faced the Fever the other night. They put the clamps on Caitlin Clark. She went cold. 0 for 7 from deep. My parlay was hurting because I needed two threes and 20 points. Couldn't get it. So she went 0 for 7 from deep, 6 turnovers. Valkyrie's defense pretty good. They're pretty solid for an expansion team. They set themselves up to get like a slot in the playoffs. Of course, you got the Commissioner's Cup final was set. That right there was set last week. So you got the Indiana Fever versus the Minnesota Lynx. Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier. Let's go. That's gonna be July 1st. That's gonna be the final for that one. Of course, you had most notable over the week, Angel Reese getting her first career triple double in league history. She got her campaign, vote for her for the All-Star game and all that stuff. She also trademarked the term "me bounds" that people was trying to troll about. That's pretty funny. She got the merch up on her website. It looks pretty cool. So shout out to her, man. You know what? Like I said before. Ignore them trolls, and keep doing your thing. Getting your own rebound is not a bad thing, and people just think it is. I don't understand why, but that's what you're taught when you play basketball. If you miss a shot, you're supposed to go get your own rebound if you're under the basket. So who knows? You know what I mean? Today, like we got some games on the day. We got 2 of them on the day. We got the Mercury versus the Sky. That's coming on in a few minutes. That's at 1:00. Angel Reese is in action. I hope they continue to let her run that point forward. But the Phoenix Mercury's like the second best team over there in the Western Conference. So I don't know how Chicago's going to fare against them, but we're gonna tune in to watch. Then tonight we got the Sparks versus the Lynx. So Nafisa Collier, she's averaging about like 24 points a game. But hey, listen, if Kelsey Plum can get hot, this could be an upset alert. But I'm picking the Lynx in that one. Tomorrow we got 3 games on at 3 o'clock. W keep doing this. Like that's what you gotta have the league pass. Like you could have put one of these games on today at like 3. But you got the Fever and the Aces. That's a big one. Caitlin Clark versus Aja Wilson. I want to see how that Aces backcourt defends Caitlin Clark. As we seen, be watching, she doesn't really like the physicality. As we've seen from that game a few nights ago. What was it like a week ago when they got into it? But Like, I want to see that matchup right there. This is gonna be having big energy all over. AJ Wilson came back last night. They fell short to the Seattle Storm, but this is her second game back from the concussion. And then you got the Chicago Sky on the back-to-back. They were taking on the Atlanta Dream. That's tomorrow at 3. It's the second game of the weekend for Chicago. Will they be fatigued coming in? Atlanta's a solid team too. So I'll pick Atlanta in that game as well. Ryan Howard has been balling over there. Canada's balling over there. They got some real hoopers over there. And then you got another 3 p.m. game. You got the Wings against the Mystics. So you got Paige. You got the rookies in this joint. But the duel here is gonna be Buckers versus Citron here. Both of them are rookies, so this is gonna be a good matchup. That right there is tomorrow at 3:00. Then tomorrow at 7. You got the Liberty against the Storm. So, you know what? Look, that's going to be a good game, too. The Liberty's coming off another loss. They lost the second game of the season. The Storm coming off a win last night against the Aces. This should be a very good game. Let's see if Anesu can bounce back. She had one of her not-so-great games the other night against the Dream. So let's see if she can bounce back. And then you top it off at 8:30 tomorrow night with the Sun and the Valkyries. Can the Valkyries get over 500? I think they're sitting at 6-6. They're a good team. The Sun, the Connecticut Sun, has been struggling. I look for the Valkyries to get the win here. The Valkyries are pretty good. Like I said, for an expansion team, they are pretty good, man. Like, they are open. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, WNBA, man, look, they're not playing. You got the rising rookies, the vets putting on. This weekend right here is going to be a whole lot of action, man. Remember, the All-Star voting closed on June 28th. If you haven't voted, go to WNBA.com, casting your votes. You can vote every day, and some days they do double votes for on specific days. I know it was yesterday you got a 2 for 1. Make sure you go there, check them out. And like I said, if you ain't been watching, you might want to start tuning in. And I know a lot of people that be in comments of different sports pages. You could tell that they don't really watch because they don't know what they're talking about. Like I said, like when you talk about like players like Angel Reese and all she do is rebound, you need to start watching. She's out here running point forward right now, dishing. You know what I mean? Like making baskets, doing everything, playing defense. The W's the W's where it's at. Intense action. Like I said, every game is very intense. You get a altercation of some sort in every game. So people looking at the altercation from that fever game a few nights ago with Caitlin Clark and getting poked in the eye, and then Mabry pushed her down, and that type of stuff happens. It's the WNBA. They're physical, you know what I mean? But like I said, if y'all ain't been watching, start tuning in. Keep it locked, man. Let's shift over here to the NBA. Got Game 7 tomorrow night. You know what? Ain't Game 6. The Pacers showed heart. They wasn't laying down at home. Obi Toppin came in with 20 points. Imhart added 17. Halliburton, even though he's hurt, he kept Lee and the team had a sick pass to Siakam, who posted Jalen Williams the other night. So they forced the Game 7, gonna be in OKC. OKC did look flat, so I don't know if they just showed up thinking that they were going to win and then they didn't. SGA is averaging 30 plus points for this series. But he does need the help now. So I expect guys like Jalen Williams, Holgram, to step up some, guys like that. They need to go ahead and step up, and help them out. I think OKC is going to win. Only way I see the Pacers win if Rick Carlisle continues to out coach Oklahoma City. So what I think is going to be OKC coming away with the win tomorrow night. So my thing is Halliburton's health. Is he going to be good tomorrow? Is he going to go the distance tomorrow? Oklahoma City. What about their role players? Who's going to step up? Crunch time execution. This one could really come down to the final bucket. It could be the drama of the NBA Finals. Who knows? But this is what basketball dreams are made of, man. You get one game, one shot at the ring. Let's see who's coming out there to be legendary. Everybody, even when we were kids, outside, with the basketball, final game of the thing to win the game. We all been through that, dreamed about it or whatever. So I'm looking forward to it. I think OKC comes away with the win, but I wouldn't be surprised, if the Pacers pull it off. Actually, I'd be kind of shocked. Not surprised. I definitely will be shocked. OKC to come out with the win tomorrow. But that's it for this episode of Game Time with Hubb. You know, we went from Canelo Alvarez and Crawford to WWE Chaos, WNBA fireworks, NBA Finals drama. You know, we're in the middle of a sports hot streak here. You know, hit the subscribe, drop a review, and share this with your people, man. You know, like, look, I'm your boy Hubb. And remember, every day's game time. Let's go get it. Peace.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Game Time with Hubb. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss Game Time action. See you next time.